Hey everybody, this is Peter Campbell here. I'm going to give you a couple of quick tips that are going to help you hit the ball a lot farther and straighter. First things first though is you always have to have your fundamentals down. And by that it's basically your grip, your stance, your posture, just the entire setup. So when it comes to the grip, you want to make sure that when you're looking down at the club, if you hold it like this and look down, you see anywhere from 2 to 3, maybe 3.5 knuckles. So if you look down, you should just see a couple of knuckles there in your left hand. If you see one like this, that's too weak of a grip. If you see your entire hand, that's way too strong of a grip. So first, get your grip down. So you want to see 2 to 3 knuckles there. Then when it comes to your stance, you basically want everything to be parallel. So if you look from this angle, when you're setting up to the ball, you want your feet, your knees, your shoulders, everything to be pretty much parallel. So a good way of doing this is if you're warming up or practicing one day, is just take a club and just hold it along your foot line, your hip line, your knees, and it should be along the same line as where you're aiming the ball. So some people like to look at it as if the ball's right here at my club head, they envision like a railroad track sometimes where your feet are on one end and your club's on the other. So you just want everything to be going in parallel lines directly at your target. So the club head should be aiming at the target, and your feet, hips, shoulders, everything should be aiming parallel left of that line to the target. Then when it comes to your stance, you just basically want to be comfortable. You want to be on the balls of your feet, a good width, your knees bent, good posture with your back, and then you should be a good distance away. If you're leaning too far forward and on your toes, you're too far from the ball, and if you're sitting back on your heels, you're too close to the ball. So you should just be a good distance from the ball to where your arms just hang naturally in your setup, and you're in a good athletic posture ready to make a good swing at it. So for the first tip I'm going to give you that's going to help you get more distance and accuracy, it has to do with the transition of your swing. Now that is basically just the move from the top of your swing to the start of your downswing, and it's generally the most important part of the swing. And the error that's generally made is with amateurs is when they're trying to hit it farther, they use their arms in this transition. So they get to the top and they're trying to get extra power, and so they pull down with their arms thinking that's going to give more distance, when really all that does is it makes you come across the ball like this and then you hit a huge slice. So what pros generally think of is their legs. Your legs are the foundation of your swing, and it's really where you get all your power from. So when I'm trying to hit the ball a little bit farther, I make sure that at the top of my swing, the first move that I make is with my legs, and it's a little shift of the weight from my right side to my left. And what that does is, you get to the top, you have a little bit of a shift of your weight, so you basically want your left knee to go a little bit towards the target, and then that gives you power to turn through the ball and release the club through the ball, and that'll give you the distance and accuracy. So when your first move is with your legs, when you get to the top, you move with your left knee a little bit towards the target, and then your arms just naturally fall into place and on the correct plane, and then you hit the ball much farther and straighter. So hopefully with a little practice, you'll get it to look a little bit like this. And you want to make sure like this that you finish with all your weight on your left side. If you're hanging back a lot, that generally means that you used your arms too much. So make sure when you're finishing with your swing, you're over here on your left side. And for some great ideas and tips on healthy living, go check us out at organicfoodbar.com.